those individuals, should I call them miscreants, that do all those things that are uncalled for, those violence stricken forms and everything like that. He said that it's become very rampant on the island, and celebrities are just quite about it. They are kind of like enabling it, just going on social media and just trying to showcase their wealth and not focusing on those parts. And they called on the Lagos state government, saying that that particular part is struggling with peace because of the violence that has been caused by these thugs. And we'll start with that today. I always say that I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's everywhere. Lagos, everywhere you go, there are thugs there. There's this rising thing they always do. Whenever, even in my area, like I know of the one that you're coming to work, the expressway. Some at each bus stop will be stopping your bus and collecting money from the conductors and the drivers. And it has even gotten to the stage where even in residential areas, I'm taking bike from my house to go to the bus stop, and they're stopping bikes to collect. I'm like, when did this one start? Like, I feel like it's everywhere. And maybe if he said that Lagos Island has become worse than Oshodi, I don't really know. I've not really gone to Lagos Island before, but I cannot. But for him to say that, it might have been very, very serious. And so what do you think about the whole thing about thugs? Do you think like the government is enabling that kind of thuggery in Lagos state, or do you feel there is no actual, they've tried and it's not just working? Because it's everywhere and they're becoming very, very like rampant. Like it's almost everywhere. People are just using it as a source of income and stuff like that. So what do you have to say about that particular statement from Naija Shimaju?
All right, let me read what he actually posted on Instagram, so that our listeners will have a better understanding of the current situation going on in the island. Now, this is from him, Naija Shimadu. He says, Lagos Island, especially the Lekki axis, is gradually becoming the new Oshodi. The Lekki axis is becoming increasingly dangerous, and while everyone sits back and relaxes, thugs are comfortably occupying different corners of the island. Meanwhile, many of our celebrities are turning the area into a place to showcase their wealth and create social media hype without realizing that they may be putting their lives and properties at risk. I am urging the Lagos state government to urgently step in and do something about the growing presence of thugs and street violence across these areas before the situation gets completely out of hand. This is something we all need to start paying serious attention to. The safety of residents, visitors, businesses, and everyone living or working around Lagos Island should not be taken for granted. Now, I want to commend this particular gentleman for bringing this up, because he's not saying this for himself alone, but he's also saying this for the big wigs, those people who are influential in on the island. And I think it is a wake-up call, for the Lagos state government, not only in the island, for the Lagos state government to do everything possible to curb this menace of thugs, on the streets. Just like Bukola did said earlier, that every street you go in Lagos, it is either they are stopping motorbikes to collect money, or extorting money from keke, or even if there are some streets in Lagos, if a major road is blocked, and transporters, commercial motorcyclists, commercial keke drivers, or transporters, or even motorists, if they find a way to maneuver from that main road that is causing traffic or blocks, to find another way, you will see some group of boys, about 5-7 of them, blocking the road, collecting money. Collecting money from this commercial motorists. And it is something that is becoming of concern, in the state. And it is high time the Lagos state government, particularly the governor, the Lagos state government, do something concerning this growing trends of thugs in Lagos state. Lagos state, like they used to say, is a center of excellence. And anything that comes out from the center of excellence should be something worth, like a model, something that should be emulated, not having talks, in Lagos. And now coming to Lekki, yes, Lekki, the island is a highbrow area, which should be protected. Should be protected. But I want to say something. There are various estates on the island. There are various estates. There is Lekki Peninsula 1, there's Peninsula 2, there is the Victoria Island, and in each of these areas on the island they have estate and CDAs. I don't know if that is because So I think that it is a responsibility of this, not even the local government. Local government have their. It is a responsibility of these CDAs, of this estate management, to take care of their own security. Because you have to first of all take care of your own security before you start alerting, the state government. So I don't know if Pink has anything to say concerning that.
Yeah, I definitely have something to say about that.
All right.
I find it weird that even in an area like the island, everyone just thinks of the island as a place that's supposed to be like, everyone is like, the island is the place where you're supposed to be seeing something that's shiny.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be more curated,
Advanced,
more advanced. And then you're not hearing things like area boys, hoodlums, just disturbing people's life, like stopping things from just moving smoothly. That goes to show that we're actually going backwards. Because someone that's supposed to be going forward is having things that are like
retrogressing.
It's obvious that there's something going wrong.
Of course.
And the government really needs to put eyes into this, because it's, as of last month, I was hearing a lot of talk from Lekki concerning kidnapping and stuff. That just shows that the insecurity level is high, and people are no longer feeling safe. And for this influencer, this man, let's get his name,
Naija,
for him to just come out and say that, that means that he's probably experienced one or two things. He has friends, families.
That the thing has happened to.
Yes, it's not just happening to people that are just low class anymore. It's happening to someone that has voice to say something that can be seen. And it shows that we are going somewhere that's not forward. Social media should not be the only place that people should be having voice. People should be able to talk about these things and there will be something done. Government, what are we doing?
Well, the thing is that government might not really have much to do in this case, because they are practically everywhere in Lagos already. So where would the Lagos state government start from? I feel like the local government chairman should start with their local government areas to start with, to make it much easier for the government. I mean, the local government, they say that it's the government,
closer to the people.
So if that one can start that way, because they're everywhere. And I was asking the bike man one day, I was going on the road, and they were stopping this keke napep by the side, and I was like asking the bike man that, so if they don't answer them, what would they do? He said that the last one that happened, they blew that guy high, like violence. So, and I feel like, why can't you take me to the police station to report all this kind of action? So they've enabled it kind of for me. People just get scared of them and they'll beat us up and nothing will happen afterwards.
If you take them to the police, what would the police do? In my area, I don't want to mention the area. In my area, I don't want to mention the area.
Why?
On a broad daylight, if I'm going home now, I would have taken videos or pictures, but due to security reasons, in my area, before you approach, at the main bus stop, you see female police officers. Now, they are not wearing uniform, but we know that they are police because there's a police post in my area at the bus stop. Now, you see female police officers, stopping, collecting money from commercial, motorists. So if you say that they should take, they are partners. So if you say that they should take them to police, they are even making the matters worse for the operator. For the motorcyclist or the keke driver, you're even making the matters worse. So they are collaborators.
Do you think it's the police that enabled it?
Yes, definitely.
It is not. No, it is not the police that enables it. It is the government that enables it, because this. I don't want to use the word.
No, started it. You know how many people? The police always stop people by the road, collect money from the motor.
And they're walking hand in hand.
Yes, so like, okay, if they can do it, then we can also start our own group and then be collecting money from them and be still
these people. These thugs on the road, thugs on the road, if they collect money from motorists, the police too has their own share Oh, that means you are not in Lagos now.
I just know they collect
That means you are not in Lagos.
Wait,
so
they just go and meet the police and give them.
of course, the police have their share. So that is why they can boldly stand on the road and start collecting money, because these people, they are unions. There is the road transport, there is the NUTRW, there is the RT, Road Transport Employment Association of Nigeria. So they are unions. So if they are collecting money from their drivers, and you think that the police, if the police see them, the police, they are conspirators. They are working hand in hand. So I think, and so I don't want to go into that Tinubu of a thing. So I think that this is Lagos, just like Pink did said, that if at all you want to collect levies from motorists, if at all you want to collect levies from motorists, there are proper way to do. Lagos is the only state I've seen in this country that you see thugs on the road collecting money from motorists, from keke drivers, from Okada riders, from motorists, and even they will even have the police officers will even be partnering with them. So I think there are proper ways to do things. There are proper ways to collect money from even before you can do a digital levy payment for.
Wait, payment for what exactly?
These are union people now. Union
for, like,
they are collecting.
Some say they use it for road fixing. Just
No, they are
of tax.
Of course, if this is normal. This is what they do. These people, they are union. So of course, if you are a member of an organization, you have to be paying money due. These are dues that they collect on a regular basis. And people will be asking, this money that people are collecting, what are they using it for? This money, the Lagos state government, has their own share. Okay, the state government has their own share. The association, the Road Transport Workers Association, have their own share. They themselves, they have their own share. And the security operatives have their own share.
So I don't really like the violence part too, because someone does not give and you're being violent.
It's not just about that too. Like when someone stops their vehicle and their vehicle just has an issue, they'll just gather you. That's their way. They'll just gather a person and they'll start extorting money from you. If you don't have money, they might even hit your vehicle. There've been so many people saying they've stolen their items. They'll break into your car and take things from you. Your vehicles are not even safe to even park close to these guys, because they're always watching, always trying to. The level of
and also apart from the side of the government putting things in order, I think passengers, using commercial motors should also be aware of their environment, because if you are in a bus at night, there are some people, there are some roads in Lagos State that passing them at night is not safe. So if you are always going home at night, make sure that you don't operate your phones. If you are close by the window, make sure that you don't bring out your mobile phones and start operating your mobile phone, because rock might run out of you, whereby you come across somebody and the person will just open the window and collect your phone from you. So I think now, coming to the Lekki, I still want to reiterate that number one, it is first of all the duty of the various estates on the island to make sure that they secure their environment, they secure their estate. Lagos State government recognizes this Community Development Association of a thing, which is the CDA, and in any CDAs, you have the right to have your own security system, and I want to be sure that all the CDAs in Lekki, all the estates in Lekki have their own security, and also those people who are staying on the island. This is the time for you to be alert. To be alert, that's the word. Be alert of your environment. Nobody will know if you are a billionaire if you don't flaunt your money. And people who like nightlife, always be alert. Not every nightlife, that's every night event that you should attend. So I think that Nigeria Shimadu has raised an alarm, has raised concerns. Now it is now the government, Lagos State government or the local government of these areas, to step in and see how this talk of a thing. And also thugs cannot be totally wiped out of Lagos State if there are no employments. It is because of this lack of employment that we are having in the country. That is why you see thugs. Somebody can just wake up one morning and say, okay, this is what I want to do today, or this is what I want to dedicate my life to start collecting money, extorting money from motorists. So I think lack of employment is also one of the things that the Lagos State government should focus on, employing these people. If you actually want them to start collecting levies for you, there are proper ways to do it. There are proper ways to do it. So that's just what I want to say.
Yeah, so there was this particular bill that was about, well, I don't know if it has been passed, but they're talking about how they're making restrictions of those people that they sell things in the commercial vehicle, or people that preach, and they said maybe because of road safety measures or something like that for the reason. So I'm like, do you feel like for this calling out this guy did now, do you feel like that's like a misplaced priority for them to be focusing on that part as a way for them to say, okay, part of the road safety measures? Meanwhile, these thugs also cause some issues with safety on your roadway.
First question to ask: when the government responded by saying that because of road safety, and in terms of that preaching, how many preachers that have been involved in accidents? How many people who preach either on the road or inside the bus have been involved in road accident that the government says that part of the why they are banning preaching in buses is
and
because selling things inside the bus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how many people that sell things in the bus, how many people have been involved in accident? So what the travel driver on a daily basis, when I'm going home, people sell products inside the bus, either drugs or whatever. So it is because of the rate of poverty in the country. That is why people will start doing marketing inside the buses. So everything boils down to poverty. If poverty is tackled in the country, if the government prioritizes the welfare of their people, how many people sells in the bus in other countries, even in South Africa, or even maybe in Ghana, but not all the time. So I think the government needs to start thinking about the welfare of Nigerians. If you think about the welfare of Nigerians, there will not be thugs on the street. Yeah. If you think about the welfare of Nigerians, people will not just start selling things inside the bus. But when it talks about preaching, you can't say somebody should not propagate the gospel of his or her religion. And when you talk about maybe it will bring about disturbance in public spaces, what about people that blocks the road to organize party on the weekend?
I think they arrest them sometimes, don't they?
But have they been able to enforce it to the letter?
Well, I've heard of people say that they arrested some people for noise pollution.
Noise pollution.
They were making they didn't party and the speaker sound and everything.
I understand that aspect whereby religious centers should put their speakers inside the building where they are holding their religion. But how many of these centers have been enforced? Yes, the Lagos State government once some time ago brought out a law banning people from mounting speakers, religious center from mounting speakers outside their building. But if you go to other places, this remote area, you still find speakers mounted outside, their worship center. So I think one of the things I will always keep on saying is, one of the thing about this government administration in Lagos State is that the Lagos State government, this current administration, they don't know how to enforce their own laws.
They lack follow through.
They don't follow through. So if a law has been initiated by a state government, the most important thing is make sure that you enforce these laws. The laws should not be made for a certain kind of people in society, towards a certain kind of people in society. So the Lagos State government should make efforts in enforcing its own laws. So that's just what I have to say concerning that.
So my final thought on this one is, unfortunately, I feel like thuggery is something that cannot leave Lagos State.
Is it possible?
It can't. I'm being realistic.
Is it possible for thuggery to get rid of in Lagos?
Possible. I feel like that energy can be redirected into something more positive. If the government wants to bring out hype for this thing, you get. But it's just
not me. People have assumed that
thuggery is a lifestyle.
Not even that. Some people feel like the government also have those boys put in place
for different reasons.
Yeah.
So they feel like they cannot just get rid of every other people and leave those ones because it's going to be obvious. So in a way of not doing that, they'll not attend to the matter at all. So yeah, it cannot be
eradicated. All right.
All right. So that's like the first trending story we just discovered and spoke about. What do you think about this particular one?
Please let me take some comments.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is from Yinka. Yinka Speaks Light, also, if I get it right. Yinka Speaks Life. Yeah, it says that this is sad. Singling out island like other parts of Lagos don't matter simply shows what the rich stroke influential thinks about other parts of Lagos so long they are protected. Nothing else matters. Lagos is becoming dangerous by the hour with thugs, cult groups taking over places. The government needs to step in as soon as possible and do something about it, not just the island. So this particular comment is saying that it shouldn't be focused only on the island, other part as well. And I mean that is true. Just like you said, almost every part in Lagos you will find thugs, causing problem or troubles in those communities.
I think one part that they might be useful for is most of the times when there is like, you know how some drivers just drive anyhow, and then there's like a roadblock by the roadside. So they come to like organize, okay, you move back, you come here. That's when the ones are not there to do that. They help people to redirect the direction of the thing, so there can no longer be traffic. I feel that's just one of
the benefits of having them around, on the road. But there are still proper way to do it. So what is the LASMA? The LASMA official, what are they doing? LASMA, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, that is their work.
Yeah, but they will not always be
there.
They
will not always be there. So I think like I said, there are proper ways to do things. If the thugs are being used when it comes to controlling traffic, then they should be recruited into LASMA and be giving them, stipend on a monthly basis.
And supporting them, and they used to also help people, like maybe someone can be lost in Lagos and
they will have to direct, of course.
But sometimes they always want money in return. I didn't know. The fact that they're hustling. I didn't know. The guy was like, okay, that one might give some. Oh, sure, he was like,
I think he was a good person, right?
Yeah, I was just like,
Samaritan.
Next thing he was like, money. I'm like, it's not parent. What do you mean by that? I do not know. You're just helping me now. The guy was very angry. But then there are some of them that don't ask for money. Some of them are very kind. And
the good ones are in them. They are kind.
But then say no to violence.
Yeah, say no to violence.
So we'll go on a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk more about what's left to talk about on this show. This is still Trend Table with me, Buki Daisy, Ken, and Pink, and we'll be right back after this music break. Don't go